couple days ago, a good friend of mine, Kevin, over there at Fall River on YouTube, he started this challenge. And what he wanted to do was he wanted to find out, kind of a little bit about everybody that does YouTube videos and find out some behind the scenes stuff. And he wanted people to talk about what they were like and some things about them that us in the lawn care community wouldn't know other than lawn care. So basically what he did is he made a video and he kind of told everybody kind of a little bit about himself, and he shouted out 3 people and said, please continue this, and it's kind of snowballed from there. And there's a lot of videos out there, and I've been called out twice, one by Danny Lanier and the other one by Chant. So here I am, I'm gonna make this video for you guys. I'm gonna try to tell you guys some things about me that you wouldn't know. So some of the basics about me. I am 40 years old. I have a beautiful wife. I've been married for almost 19 years. I have 3 kids. My wife was my high school sweetheart. I started dating my wife when I was a sophomore in high school. We went to 3 proms together. We eventually got married. We had 3 kids, obviously, and I couldn't be happier with that. I've grown up. I've lived in Kansas my whole life. I've been to a lot of other states, but mainly that was because of baseball. I was a big baseball guy when I was a kid. Played a little bit in college, and we traveled a lot. And the furthest east I've been for baseball is probably Memphis, and I've been to Wisconsin and a lot of states in between, and west. I really didn't go out west to play a lot, but a lot of games in Texas, Oklahoma, Missouri, places like that, and a lot of regional stuff. So that's kind of the extent of my travel. I kind of wish I would have got out and traveled a lot more when I was younger. Now it's a little bit harder, a little bit more expensive. As a kid, I was a pretty shy kid. I actually had a really bad stuttering problem when I was a kid. I didn't like to talk because of it. It was pretty embarrassing. It took me a while to get over that. I had speech therapy and all that. And in school it was very difficult. I was afraid of getting made fun of because I had a stuttering problem. A lot of times I just wouldn't talk to people, and that's just kind of the shyness that I've always had. I've always been kind of close-knit to myself and not kind of put myself out there too much because of that. All right, some other things you might not have guessed that I like. I've always been a big rap music fan. I love rap music. I love R&B. I like the slow stuff as well. But I'm a big Eminem fan. I like Jay-Z. I like a lot of those guys, and I still listen to them today. I don't really get into the new music today. I got a lot of stuff on my phone, iTunes, and it's just a lot of the older stuff I used to listen to. Every now and then I'll download a new song that I like or something like that, but a lot of the stuff I listen to is a little bit old school for me, and that's just what I enjoy. I like all kinds of movies. I like sports movies. I like romance. I like romantic comedies. I like all kinds of movies. And there is one thing I didn't want to share about the movie thing, but I will cry over a movie. There's just something about like people falling in love that makes me tear up. Sports movies, when somebody triumphs, that tears me up a little bit. So yeah, I do cry. I'll tell you one that always gets me is the movie Rudy. I hope a lot of you guys have seen Rudy. If you haven't, please go watch it. It's a great movie. But when he finally gets into the game at the end of the movie, you got his buddy in the stands. Who's the wild man now? And that gets me every time. Tear. So the point of this challenge is to kind of share some information that people watching normally would not guess about you, or they just wouldn't know about you, because a lot of the stuff that we put up is lawn care related. So that's why I wanted to share this information with you guys. Like I said, Kevin from Fall River, he started this little challenge, so now I have to nominate 3 people to keep this thing going. So the first person I'm going to nominate to do this challenge is Blades of Grass. I want to hear what this guy has to say. The second person I want to nominate is Nickens Lawn and Landscape. And the third person is Seth the Lawn Surgeon. Come on, I cannot believe these 3 guys have not been nominated to do this challenge yet. But if you're watching this video, make sure they know about this challenge. Make sure they know I shouted them out. Go leave a comment on their last video and say, hey, Top Notch shouted you out. You need to get on camera. I do want to say this was a lot of fun. I appreciate Kevin for kind of starting this up. And for anybody that hasn't kind of got to see everybody else's video, what would be really cool is if you went back to Kevin's original video and kind of watched it kind of spiderweb. You can see who he shouted out. You can kind of watch it all spiderweb. You can watch all the videos and get to know everybody a little bit better. And that's what this is all about. As always, guys, be happy, be humble, stay hungry.